of the western sky comes
Runway DFW.
Good land, 36 left, American 1960.
East side for American 1331.
This is a Runway DFW special report coming to you live and direct from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. We welcome back the Airbus A340 to this big airport here on Friday, January 19th, 2024. It has been since last May that we last saw the four-engined behemoth, and we're going to see it today. Hopefully, right here on Runway DFW. So thanks for joining us. I have to tell you that things are a little hectic today. I've had less than 30 minutes to set up, and so this is going to be the result. I think it's going to work out okay. So here we are at Founders Plaza, as usual. Now I had a dilemma today. The dilemma was where to set up for the arrival of the A340. The problem being, let us illustrate here. We are here at Founders Plaza, indicated there by the blue Runway DFW logo. They're at the northwest side of the airport. Now, the planes coming in from Germany can come in on either the east or the west side. But because we are in North Flow today, and let me bring up the North Flow map, the planes are landing from the south, which is kind of far away from where we are. Because you can see there, we're still there where that blue dot is, but the planes are landing down there at the bottom of your screen on either 36 left or 35 center or, well, probably 35 right. Not sure how they arrange things over there on the east side. But so I looked to see where our plane of the day is coming in. And in North Flow situations, it's kind of a 50-50 chance of it coming in on this side or the other side. So from this vantage point, we can at least see the plane coming in. I don't know if we were down there on the south side, we'd get a better look at it coming in on the west side, but we wouldn't be able to see it at all if it came in on the east side. So that's how we're doing things today. So welcome to our little broadcast. Austin N wants to know, where's DFW? Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport is where we are in Texas, in the US of A. But like our usual setup, we only have one main camera today. And I was showing you a plane, but I hadn't punched it in, so oh well. All right, well, we'll get on board here. Our tripod's a little, because of the temperature today, you see it's right at the freezing mark in Fahrenheit today, and that means that our tripod's a little, whatever the gunk is inside of the tripod head that makes it swing around is a little gunky, I would say. I don't know how to describe it. But anyway, should our plane come in on the west side today, this is kind of what it's going to look like from far away. Now that, of course, is a smaller aircraft landing there. But that's about how far away we are from the landing point. That was American Flight 1969 coming in from Las Vegas. It's an Airbus A340. So, fun times here at Runway DFW. Let's see, Sarah Deal, who's a channel member, says, "Hi there, Walt Mods and friends." Hello, Sarah. Carolyn Crowder says, "Thanks for the special report today." Mary Extraordinaire joins us, says, "Hi, Walt." There goes a big plane. This is going to Anchorage. Looks to be an EVA Air Cargo, if I'm not mistaken. I think the cold may also have something to do with the camera focus. So let me get you the deets on that one. That was EVA Air Cargo, 777 going to Anchorage. 5-year-old aircraft. Now, of course, our main course today is going to be the Lufthansa plane, which is coming up in a little bit. I think next we have going out a United Max 8, which is going to Newark.
United 1376, contact Fulton.
United 1376, switch.
Destination 70 Tower, 26 right, 5 point.
36 right.
Our friend 787 Chip, or 757 Chip, 757 Chip, celebrating 8 months of membership. Thanks, Walt, for braving the cold and bringing this to us. You know, it's really not too bad. We do have a wind this afternoon. The airport says it's 18 miles an hour coming directly out of the north. So the wind is to my back. So it's not too bad, and then the sun makes it feel kind of toasty. Arriving now is American Flight 1830 from Guadalajara. It's a 737-800. way down yonder. I'm going to peel off of this to see this American jet. Focus not cooperating. So that was American Flight 1997 going to Los Angeles, an Airbus A321. The next plane taking off is... I'll let you know in just a second here.
At Whiskey Kilo, clear across 26 right, 25 minutes. Good day, American 175,
So I believe that to be American Flight 175 on a long distance journey. And that's going to Haneda Airport in Tokyo, 7878 model. We once again have a, what do they call it? What is a group of airplanes? A fleet? You know, it's like a murder of crows. Well, we've got, there you see two MD-11s. Of the UPS variety. Over to the right, there is another one. And then I'll move the camera around. You might be able to see it there in the background, but there is another one right there. So we've got 4 MDs. And we like to focus on those when we can because, you know, like the A340, we're not going to be seeing those planes too much longer. Speaking of the A340, which is what we're here to see if you're just joining us, we're here to find and track and bring to you the Lufthansa A340, which is coming in from Frankfurt. At this moment, it is over southeastern Oklahoma. And I'll give you an update on its arrival time. Well, it's now estimated to get here at 2:48. So we've got a little extra time to play around with today before we get to see the A340 come in. Hey, let's fire Chris as a gaggle. Do we have a gaggle of MD-11s? Robert Brune suggests a squadron. FTHL Luke, a channel member and moderator, says a pack of mad dogs, perhaps. And hey, let's fire Chris. Another mod says Luke has the win on that one. A pack of mad dogs. So let's get back to the action now that we know what the status of our A340 is. The A340, that Lufthansa plane was supposed to, the schedule had it coming in for its return appearance on Wednesday. I was all prepared to bring you that, and in fact I had very briefly put up a YouTube announcement for it. And then I checked the schedules and I saw that that flight had been canceled entirely. And so I looked for it on Thursday, yesterday, and Lufthansa subbed out the A330 for the A340 on that date. So we going to flip things around and decided to come to you on a Friday. And I know it's not the most momentous thing in the world, but when we last saw the A340, which was on March 31st, or May 31st of last year, I kind of got the feeling, nobody said this officially, but I kind of got the feeling that it was going to be the last time we might ever see that type of aircraft here. So made a pretty big deal about it. Came out here to watch it come and go. We won't unfortunately be able to see this one go today because I've got to get back to my regular job, but we will at least see it get here and bring that to you. That's American Flight 2639 coming in from Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. A 737-800. You can see our remote camera. Well, that wind is picking up. Is attached to a sign. It's kind of firmly attached to a sign, but the sign itself is being blown back and forth by the wind. That's our B camera over there for the day. So you can see it kind of wiggling around there. What can we show you today? Well, we can show you this. The moon, where a Japanese spacecraft landed. Now, the last I heard today, and thank you, Steve Lundaby, for a gift of 10 TriJet memberships. I appreciate that. The last I heard, they were having some issues with the spacecraft. Its solar array was either not deployed, or the spacecraft landed in a manner which was not conducive to it charging the battery. So I'm not sure what the status of that Japanese moon landing was. It did land, but they seem to be having some issues with it. Welcome to all our new members. Thanks to the generosity of Mr. Lundaby. Thank you again to Steve. We have Air France about to take off for Paris. Let's see if we can pick that out. Oh no, it just landed. Well, see if we can find it. There it is. Just landed from Paris. Now that's kind of a good sign for us, because if they directed a flight from Paris to land over here on the west side, perhaps they'll do the same with our A340 coming in about a half hour from now. But 7879 came in from Paris after a 9-hour and 20-minute trip. Cruising on over to Terminal D, which is where, of course, our Lufthansa flight will also terminate. Well, welcome to all our new members. Oh, but while I'm thinking about that, I should put up our honor roll of members, because this is not going to be a long broadcast, and this takes a long time. So I want to thank especially our Runway DFW sponsor officially, James Webb. Thank you, James, for all you do for this channel. We would like also to give a special shout out to our Quad Jet members, and this is as of 9 a.m. this morning, so If you are become a member, you won't see your name on this list until our next broadcast. However, I'd like to thank 757 Chip, A-List Flyer Chris, who's also a mod, Beaker and Honeydew, Beve, one of our great mods, Cubs Win, Deborah Klein, Dwayne C., James Webb, Josh Aldrich, our mod there up there in Oklahoma City, KS Avgeek, Lori M., Michelle R.S., a mod as well, Pete Nordine, R. Bauer 25, Raina Taylor, Rodney, Skittles, and Will Hutchison, our Quad Jet members. Thanks to you, and thanks to all of our other members whose names you will see proudly crawling across the bottom of your screen. Uncle Car Guy says hello, Walt, and look who's here. Michelle R.S. says howdy, everyone. Hello, Michelle. Nice to welcome you to our little broadcast today. And again, this is going to be not a long-term broadcast. We'll be on for maybe about an hour by the time the plane gets here that we're looking for. So we won't take up too much of your day. But I thank you for sharing some of your day with us. There is the East Tower with those tails sticking up there are parked at Terminal A, across on the other side. Wendy, KLM fan and a channel member, says good evening from over there in the Netherlands, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. She says, we saw this Heathrow flight live on the Amsterdam stream as it flew over Schiphol from Frankfurt. Well, this is kind of a famous... Now, since we last saw the A340, we have, Lufthansa's been flying it, just not here. And Lufthansa is the biggest operator of A340s, I think, by far. Not too many left. AP channel member says, good afternoon, folks. A little chilly here in DFW, just a bit. Channel member Kevin Kelly says, good afternoon, Walt. How's your day been? Well, since we last saw you on January 13th, which was Saturday, which, as it turns out, I should have circled it on my calendar, but Saturday we were inadvertently here on the official 50th anniversary of Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. I don't know that there were any ceremonies on that day, but that was the day of the very first flight, a commercial flight that came in to launch operations at what was initially called Dallas-Fort Worth Regional Airport. You see there an Alaska Airlines plane. Obviously, it's going to Portland. It's a 737-9. It's going over to the other side for takeoff. Bill Caldum says, good afternoon from icy Southwest Arkansas, Walt. Hello to you, Bill. Dallas Joyce says hi. Channel member Mick Larkin says hi, Walt, mods, and everyone. Our mod, A-List Flyer Chris, says good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to a Friday matinee. Austin N says, hey, everybody. A few trains out, channel member says, wondered if I would see the A340 pass by. Nope, they flew north side of Manchester instead. Boo. Well, I'm sure you'll have another chance to see it. I guess Lufthansa probably doesn't fly the A340 anywhere into Great Britain because it's not that far away. And 757 Chip says, even with the cold weather, there is still heat distortion. Yeah, when we zoom in to a faraway scene, It's not crystal clear as you might expect. I guess maybe because the cold ground is being warmed by the sun, perhaps. I'm not sure. What you see there is American Flight 2385 arriving from El Paso, Texas, a 737-800 coming in far away. Kiwi Whispers ASMR says, "Ooh, what's this then?" Well, as we described earlier, this is our special welcome back to DFW Airbus A340 edition of Runway DFW. We're just going to be on here for a short time to kind of keep you company. We haven't seen this plane land since way back at the end of last May, and I'm happy to see it return. Did I bail out of our... I think I may have bailed out of our credit loop. I think I'm going to have to start that up again. Dwayne C., a channel member, says, "Afternoon, Walt and spotters, to this beautiful, balmy day in North Texas." I don't know if I would associate the word balmy with this day, but I've been out here on worse days. Carolyn Crowder says, "Hello, Walt and the DFW family from Reedsville, North Carolina." Mark Perry chimes in, says, "Afternoon, Walt. Good to see no snow where you are. We have some snow still here in Nashville." Yeah, we had a dusting of snow. Since we were here with you last on Saturday, it got very, very, very cold here. Our nighttime temperatures dipped into the single digits. Mrs. Runway DFW was sequestered at a hotel in Fort Worth because that's where her work is. She works for a major metropolitan television station. They want to make sure that she was going to be able to get to work, so she was in a hotel for a couple of days, so I had to hold down the fort at Rancho Runway DFW to make sure that our horses, Rain and Troy, were warm and fed, and also our cat. And unlike the last time we had a major Arctic blast, the power did not go off. So, I was crossing my fingers about that. It's American Flight 671 from Jackson, Mississippi. An Airbus A319 just landing way down there. We've got some happy contrails in the sky above us, going in different directions. All fun and games queries, are you going to stay for the A380? I don't think so, because again, this is a regular work day for me, and so I'm kind of taking an extended lunch hour to bring you this. So as soon as we get the A340 all tucked away, I'm going to have to pack things up real quick and head to the nearest Starbucks so I can finish up my work. Here is Viva Aerobus Flight 684 coming in from Monterey. It's an Airbus A321 Neo. Haven't seen any Spirit planes yet this afternoon during my brief stay, but as you may have heard, Spirit got some bad news for them. A judge has nixed its planned merger with JetBlue. I saw one analysis of the situation on CNN. The analysts were saying that could bode ill for the future of Spirit Airlines. If they don't have a stronger airline to partner up with. So that would create a big hole here at DFW. Of course, DFW is primarily serviced by American Airlines and American Eagle, but Spirit has a pretty big contingent here. I think it's third in terms of operations at DFW after American and Frontier. So there's the Viva Aerobus. Jim O'Leary posits maybe Frontier will buy Spirit. Well, you know, the thing about the ruling was that I believe the issue that the judge had was that it would create too big of an airline, and of course we've seen a lot of big mergers among airlines in recent years. Here's American Flight 390 arriving from Mexico City, 737-800. There's as far in as we can zoom with our camera here today. We're now about 10 or 12 minutes away from the A340 getting here. It was supposed to land about now, but there was I think it got off the ground a little late. There in Frankfurt. That was American Flight 2651 off to Los Cabos in Mexico. Next flight out will be Delta 1179 to Salt Lake City. It'll be an Airbus A319. I'm now scanning my I don't see it. Oh, is that it? Well, I was wrong about the next flight because the next flight out is it already in the air? No, it's the Delta flight. So that's it there. You can kind of see it about to go behind that little shed there. That's what we have to deal with here at Founders Plaza. Michelle R.S. says the sky is so pretty. It is a nice blue, it's a cloudless sky. Well, there's a few puffy clouds to the north of us, but we're looking to the south here, and yeah, it's pretty bluish. $757 Chip says the Alaska-Hawaiian deal is not technically a merger, as Alaska has stated it will keep Hawaiian as a separate entity. I personally hope it goes through, as Hawaiian could join One World. And of course that means a lot to us here in North Texas, because One World is the affiliation that American Airlines leads. So it'd give us some more options here. Here comes American Flight 71. It's a 7879 Dreamliner coming in from what? Frankfurt. So this is the first of two Frankfurt originations we will bring to you. The other one's going to have 4 engines though. And this one's getting here early. This one was supposed to be here at 2:55, which is kind of in the time zone when we'll see the time frame when we'll see the A340 get here. So just over a 10-hour journey for this plane. So anyway, this bodes well for us as far as being able to see the A340 come in. Now, we're not going to be as close to it as we would like to be, but fortunately, we'll get to see it quite regularly in the upcoming weeks and months, hopefully. We have another heavy coming in, which we will switch over to now. This is coming in from Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris. It's another American Airlines flight, Flight 49, 7878. We should be within 10 minutes of seeing the Lufthansa A340, which is what we came out to show you here today.
American 1230 RNAV 2 half wheel runway 36 right, clear for takeoff. Envoy 3411 DFW tower runway 36 right on flight. 36 right, American 49 heavy, Route Echo 2, hold short runway 36 right, Echo Kilo. Route Echo 2, hold short 36 right, Echo Kilo, American 49 heavy. American 49 heavy, hold short 36 right, Echo Kilo.
Got another heavy in the mix coming in from Haneda Airport, American Flight 176. We'll be seeing that shortly, but before that, actually, I do see Lufthansa Flight 438. Now just about 3 minutes away. That is what we came here to bring you, the return of the A340 to Dallas-Fort Worth Airport after a rather lengthy absence. We are very happy to announce that Jeffrey Boo has gifted us with a $50 super chat. Keep up the great work, Walt. I can't always make it on the streams as I travel a lot, but definitely enjoy your work. Thank you, Jeffrey. That means a lot. Appreciate that. And there's another super chat from Pip Hastings Aviation. $2 super chat says, thanks for being in the cold for us, Walt. You're welcome, Pip. Pip has a live stream of his own here on YouTube. So check out his channel. Since I can't be here 24 hours a day, it's good to have options, right? Let's see, you see there far off in the distance. I believe this is American Flight 2432 coming in from Los Cabos. It's an Airbus A321. Behind that, can we see it? Yeah, there's another plane up there in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. That should be Frontier Flight 4074 coming in from Denver, an Airbus A320. However, the A340 is coming in on the east side, so let's see if we can find that for you here. This may be it. Let's see. I believe that's it. That's what we came to see, coming in on the wrong side of the airport for us. It's Flight 438 arriving from Frankfurt. An Airbus 340-300 model. And so what will happen is it will land on the east side. We won't be able to see it touch down. However, it should come around on the bridge, and we actually will get a better shot of it that way as it taxis, so stand by. Willkommen to this big 4-engine jet. It is one of only two now 4-engined passenger planes, which we will see on a regular basis here. We do see the British Airways A380 here on a daily flight from London. There it is, passing over the Grand Hyatt Hotel. Well, it's not passing over, it's passing behind the Grand Hyatt Hotel as it comes in for a landing over there on the east side of DFW Airport. I have a beautiful bird perched on the fence right in front of me. If it stays there, we'll look at it as it after this plane disappears for a little bit. Is that going to do it? Are we going to catch a glimpse of it? Oh, there's a little more of it for you. Well, that kind of solidifies my decision to not bring you this broadcast from down there on the south side of the field, because we would never have seen that plane coming in. So again, we'll stand by. We'll see that a little more as it circles back and comes in to see us over the bridge here on the north side. Meanwhile, we've got another heavy for you. It's American Flight 176 from Haneda Airport in Tokyo. It's a 7878. It has been traveling for 11 and a half hours from the land of the rising sun. And once again, if you've just joined us, this is not one of our regular kind of multi-hour broadcasts. We'll be wrapping things up once we get a better look at the Lufthansa A340 making a return appearance here at DFW Airport.
Frontier 83, DFW Tower, 36 right on the way. Line up and away, Frontier flight, line up and away, 36 right, Frontier flight 83.
So the Lufthansa flight came in on runway 35 right, and it's now taxiing, and we'll see that in just a few minutes. 1 CAG says Lufthansa still has 15 A340-300s and 9 A340 600s in service. Thank you for that update. Austrian Wolf says, hey Walt, there's something wrong with the ATC sound, a lot of reverb or so. Well, that's something I have no control over, because here at the airport, or here at Founders Plaza, they pipe the ATC through loudspeakers so that people who don't have radios can hear what's going on. So, because of our technology, there's a slight delay between the time it goes into our soundboard and the time it comes over the speakers, so that accounts for the reverb. It's unintentional, but I don't have any control over it unless I turn off our external microphones here. See, if I turn these off. So if I turn those mics off, then the ATC has no echo on it, but then you can't hear me. And maybe you would say, well, that's not a bad idea. So we're pointing our camera over here because that is where we should be able to see, get our first ground glimpse of the big aircraft from Germany. It's still got to traverse another runway before it can get to us. Howdy doody, says Runway DFW. Howdy Walt and everyone. Howdy back to you. 757 Chip says Qantas turning for a final landing over here, so we may be able to catch that. Yeah, Qantas Flight 7 from Sydney coming in. That's a couple of planes out, so yeah, we'll look for that. I think it was yesterday we had the Yam Dreaming livery. I think it was yesterday from one of the Qantas flights. That's always fun to see. See what the I'm looking at the radar now to see what the progress of that Lufthansa flight is. It's still kind of making its way around. So perhaps the Sydney flight is just about 2 minutes away. Well, hello to you. We're coming to you from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. Here at Founders Plaza, which is a nice, very nice place that the airport provides for plane spotters. Thank you to DFW Airport for that. We're looking to the south now. We've got a plane coming in from Albuquerque, which is in the foreground on the left side of the screen there. And then I'm seeing if I can, well, now you can't see it because of focus or defocus. So the flight from Albuquerque's landing, and right behind that somewhere Okay, I can see it now with my eyes. Oh, there it is. So there's the big Qantas Dreamliner. Far off though it might be. Coming on down from Sydney. Qantas Flight 7. It does have the 100th anniversary livery, I am told here, so I don't know how much of that we're going to be able to see, because it's not going to get very close to us. 14 hours and 46 minutes in the air.
Departure runway 3473.
American 2341 DFW tower caution right to ground control and the Dreamliner 1 mile final runway 36.
Every time I think about being on an airplane for 14 hours and 46 minutes, that's a long ride. Let's see how much of this livery we can see. I believe the 100th anniversary livery features the insignias of all of the various incarnations of Qantas over the years. If I recall, they're on the fuselage behind the tail, or behind the wings. But again, how much of that we're going to see, I don't know. But you know we're going to have to peel off here, because what we came to see was the A340, and it's coming over the bridge right now. How do we love the A340? Let us count the engines. There it is with the East Tower and the Dallas skyline behind it. And as I've said before, one of the reasons I like this plane so much, it's my second favorite plane after the 747, is because it echoes the silhouette of the first jetliners of the 50s. Now, this model, the 300, there goes the Spirit plane, you can see it has those kind of cigar-shaped engines as opposed to the much bigger diameter ones we see on so many of the twin jets. And so even though this is a wide-body plane and a 707 or a DC-8 was not, the silhouette of this plane just echoes those original passenger jets of the 1950s to me. So there it is. We get a pretty close look at the A340 then for you. And welcome back to North Texas. We hope to see you again a lot. We hope to see you more when there's a south flow and we get a much better look at you coming in for a landing.
American 2341. East West. American 2341, hold short on 36 right out of Kilo. Hold short, 36 right with Kilo.
So what have we learned today? Well, we've learned that we Never know when to expect or where to expect a plane landing here at the big airport. East or west, you never know. We're going to get a little bonus now for you. We'll swing our camera around to get the arrival of the second of two Qatar Airways flights. This is Flight 729. It's an Airbus 350-1000.
Target 2359 for 36 left.
And as we learned from one of our viewers in a previous broadcast, this is just slightly longer than the A380. So it's a big jet. But we give it a demerit for having only two engines. One final look at the A340 for today. We'll see it again soon here on Runway DFW. As we hit the 3 o'clock hour. There's the Qantas jet there in the background, so with the 100, you see the 100 on the front of it. So there you go. Beautiful plane, says Beaker and Honeydew. 757 Chip with a $3 super sticker. Thank you for that, Chip. Much appreciation. Bernie Swigglebart says excellent live stream. Robert Brune says she's old school. Yes, she is. Here we see it making the turn into Terminal D. I apologize for the fuzziness of the picture, but that just has to do with the atmospheric conditions here. Bernie says, thanks, Walt, for the broadcast. This was awesome. MRI says, good afternoon, Walt. We're about to go. 777-9 is 9 feet longer than the A350-1000, says Chip. So nya, nya, nya. I think we're about to see the Qatar aircraft pull into the picture there. So there you go. I think we're going to go because I got to go back to work. Much appreciation to all of you. All right, we're off. We'll be back on... Circle your calendars. We'll be back on Sunday morning at 7 o'clock Central Time for the next edition of Runway DFW. We should have South Flow then, so we'll have some better-looking plane action for you. Thanks so much for joining us on this pop-up stream. As I always say, happy contrails to you until we meet again, and we'll see you on Sunday. Thanks again for everything. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Special shout out to our mods. Thank you, mods, for chiming in today. We'll see you soon, and thank you again.
overseas acts and promotional consideration furnished by Pan American World Airways, the world's most experienced airline. Pan Am makes the going great. This is Dick Tufeld speaking.
Contact ground point 65 on top of the Yankee Bridge.
Skywest 50, 4885, cross 36 right, Whiskey Lima, Foxtrot, Yankee, and plenty.